And hi again, everybody, and welcome inside Silverstein Ice Center's arena. Live look here, a terrific national anthem, and again, we welcome you into another major arena soccer league game tonight. It features the 2-2 Kansas City Comets hosting the 4-0 Chicago Mustangs. Hi again, everybody, alongside Jeff Houston. I'm Nick Vassos. Great to have you along on this Saturday night. We got another great game against a great central opponent in the Chicago Mustangs, who have come out and are the only remaining undefeated team right now.
Yeah, they've been playing tough, hard soccer so far, and it's, you know, they played Cedar Rapids and St. Louis back-to-back. 2 weeks in a row, you know, they played back-to-back home-and-home series, which isn't easy to do, and they came out on the winning end both times.
One place the Comets haven't been accustomed to being in the Central Division is looking up at two other teams. They're looking up at both Chicago as well as Cedar Rapids.
Yeah.
The next two opponents for the Comets are Chicago tonight, Cedar Rapids next week, so it's a great opportunity for the Comets to make some move inside the Central Division.
Yeah, I mean, Cedar Rapids won last night. They've got another game this weekend. So if we take care of business today, you know, and then again next week, we could really start making up some ground.
This will look here at the center circle, and I believe one of those, is that Missy Burner down there at the center circle? Today is our day of giving here at the Kansas City Comets.
It is. We've got Shannon DeMoss from Blair's Foster Sox, and we've got somebody. I apologize, I don't have her name, but she works with Leo Gibson for his Kick for Christ charity.
Hopefully we'll be able to get some pictures of everybody who brought their soccer balls, and they're going to throw them onto the field.
Well, not tonight.
Tonight.
Today we've got the collection bins going. We talked about doing that. There was some discussion about the delay that happened the last few times we've done that. So we've just got collection bins around the arena.
Well, that was fun. A lot of kids in Liberia are going to get some equipment courtesy of all the fans that have come here tonight. All right. Back to the game here, Jeff. Give us your three keys here for the Comets.
Well, for the Comets tonight, number one, they've got to challenge Flores. The keeper's been strong in net, but he has a tendency to spill the ball and give up rebounds. So they just keep shooting and shooting and shooting. They're bound to get some good effort there. They need to stay organized. Where teams have fallen, or where Chicago's been successful, is when they've been able to take advantage of mistakes that the other teams have had. And then finally, we can't let them have any kind of momentum. The one time Chicago has beaten the Comets so far last year, they got up a couple goals, they started getting some momentum, some confidence, and then you just couldn't catch up.
Part of our broadcast crew tonight is our director, Brad Zimmerman. He's helping us out here tonight. Our statistician is Seth Parker, and Chicago is in red. And Kansas City in their blue retro uniforms. The Comets knocked it out of bounds, and this is going to be an early opportunity here for Chicago with the ball spotted at the top of the arc. There's Miguel Vaca and Pee Wee Ortega. It looks like Ortega is going to take the restart here. He's got Camarena to the left, and he shoots it right on. That one blocked by the wall. Camarena picks it up on the left wing. Down to their leading scorer, Taylor Bond. Could he be the most improved player in the MASL? He has 10 goals and 4 assists, their leading scorer. Here come the Comets. Knocked away from behind by Taylor Bond. Comets are going to try to get it back in Chicago's last third. Martinez challenged by a pair of dark jerseys, and the Comets do win it back but give it away right away. Just underway here, the Comets 2-2, Chicago 4-0. Chicago at the top of the Central Division. Second place, Cedar Rapids, as you heard from Jeff, won last night in Syracuse, and they did it in dramatic fashion, winning late in that game 6-5. Folks, this just in. Cedar Rapids is for real this year. It's going to be a tough Central Division. Chicago, Kansas City, Cedar Rapids. Don't forget about Milwaukee. Milwaukee's got a victory over the Comets. Kansas City on offense here. Front and center, it's John Sosa. On over to the team, Captain Vahid Asadpour. And then back to Stephen Patterson. Patterson was Player of the Week 2 weeks ago. And the Comets had those victories over Milwaukee and St. Louis at home. Their last time out, the Comets lost a close game to Milwaukee 2 weeks ago, 6-5. They trailed in that game 6-3, and then got 2 goals late in the fourth quarter, but just couldn't get the equalizer, and Milwaukee held on. And that dropped the Comets' record to 2-2. Out of bounds off Kansas City. They'll go for some changes and a restart coming up for Chicago. Here's Jesus Flores. Comets will try to pressure Flores to use his feet. Flores clicks it forward. Here's a chance by Chicago. Shot and it's saved off the line. O'Dane Sinclair, what a terrific defensive play by Sinclair and the Comets.
And that's why you have him take some shifts at defense, because he comes back, knows where to get the angle. That's a great save by him.
Great team defense there by the Comets. Foul called against Kansas City. In Chicago, he's going to have it. Here's another look at it again, Jeff. Yeah, Patterson was off his, he was on the ground, and Sinclair saw it all the way.
And you'll notice he took a goalie position right away once he knew that Patterson was beat. Cut the angle and went for the save.
Ramon Palmer in front of the Comets bench. Goran Korodzov, Goran Hunyak, the coaches. Korodzov, the head coach. Here's Guerrero Pino walking it in on Ortega. And Chicago's defense holds. Now the Comets try to get it back. Shot! Oh, that was Gibson, who just toe poked one in the area. Now Palmer. Away from the goal, it comes back to Nacho. And then back to Patterson. Steven Patterson, he's the fourth leading goalkeeper in the MASL in terms of points against average. He gives up 4.5 a game. There's Flores. Jesus Flores. His points against average, goals against is 5.59. Of course, Flores 4-0. Here's Gibson, another toe poke, and they're out front, shot, and goal! Just like you talked about. Flores couldn't hang on the initial shot, and there to clean it up are the Comets, and they're out to a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, it's just like we talked about. Just keep shooting and be in there for the rebounds, because they will give them up. See, he spilled that first one, and right away he's down, and he's out of position because we just followed up with it.
And that's Flores. Nacho Flores. That is his first goal as a professional, as a Comet.
Not a bad start for the Rook.
Congratulations, Nacho. 1-0 Comets. You had an interesting stat regarding both of these two teams. These two teams here are the last two teams to have be undefeated in a regular season.
Right. The Mustangs did it in the PASL, the year that the Comets won the MISL championship, and then the very next year the Comets came out in the MASL and went 20-0.
That was Gibson's MVP season. That was the season that he recorded all of those records. Gibson, if you don't know this, still holds records in the MASL for assists with 45, points 93, power play goals at 15, as well as points in a game with 12. Those are all league records held by the great Leo Gibson, who's got the ball now. Leo trying to feed his teammate Pino. A little bit off the mark, and it's gathered up by Chicago. Pino gets it back. Tries a wall pass to himself. Rolls into Flores, who's got it. Back there for Chicago, it's Ephraim Beard and Carlos Pichardo. Now up the near side. Rolled up the near side, and then it comes to Vaca. Here's Vaca inside the Comets' last third. Vaca spins it back. Now, down to Ortega. Away from the goal to Pino. Chicago battling for it. They get it. Alonso Sandoval, number 11, is in there. Now Stokic with a touch, battling Ortega, and a foul called on Pee Wee.
Foul on number 5, his first of the game.
Fans, last time the Comets saw the Mustangs was in the playoffs last year, and the Comets took out Chicago in the semifinals of the Eastern Conference, and Pee Wee Ortega was injured in one of those games. I think the game here at Silverstein, he turned his ankle and wasn't available. Pee Wee is back, and the one thing about Chicago is that they have their core players back. Of course, they don't have Bofo, who was a big contributor last year in 14 games. Now here's Sinclair, and a save by Jesus Flores. A whistle and a foul is called against Missouri.
Kansas City foul on number 11, O'Dane Sinclair, his first of the game.
And that's what they just need to keep doing. Just pepper him, and you can't save them all, you know.
Good replay there. Back to live action here. In the corner, it's De La Cruz. Now Martinez. Wheelos. Shot is blocked. Picked up over there by Rojas. Edwin Rojas, along with De La Cruz, still over there. De La Cruz into the wall. Away from the goal, back to Ortega. Ortega's drive is smashed by Sinclair of the Comets.
It's another great block from Sinclair.
And a foul called on Brian Perez.
Kansas City foul on number 9, Brian Perez, his first.
Brian Perez, who was tied for the most game-winning goals for the Comets last year. Perez, the Costa Rica native, now living here in the States. Comets trying to get it out of their last third. There's the long legs of Matingu. Here's Robert Palmer. Everybody banging in there. Sosa gets a piece of it. Now kicked back in. There's Sosa again. Cleared it away. Now Matingu. Palmer.
Kansas City foul on number 5.
7:27 left to play in the first. Comets a 1-goal lead. And Ortega is shaken up a little bit.
You know, we mentioned, talked about Sandoval a minute ago. I didn't realize he was going to be in the lineup tonight. This is his first game with the Mustangs. He was kind of a big name signing for the team in this offseason. He made his name in Liga MX, playing, I believe he played in Guadalajara and Chivas. So I mean,
wow.
he made a pretty good name in the top flight down in Mexico, and it was a big deal to get him signed. And you know, we hadn't seen him in action yet, so makes his MASL debut here in KC.
Let's take a break. 7:27. Comets 1, Mustangs nothing. Three other games going on around the MASL tonight. In Florida, the Tropics are hosting the Baltimore Blast. That game is already underway. Harrisburg is hosting the Cedar Rapids Rampage. That game also underway. And in Milwaukee tonight, the St. Louis Ambush is running with the Wave. That game also underway. And tomorrow there's only one game. Tomorrow, Tacoma will travel to Baja Atletico to take on them south of the border.
Yeah, in Harrisburg, the Heat's doing the Comets a favor. They're up 2-0 on the Rampage, and believe it or not, we're deep into the third quarter. And the first goal of the game has just been scored in the Baltimore-Florida game. Baltimore is up 1-0.
Oh my gosh! How about Florida? They get an impressive opening night win over San Diego and hanging tough with the Wave early on now, or late.
And doing it with virtually no-name players, just local guys and Freddie Mugin.
Here are the Comets.
Shot from Palmer.
Rebound by Matingu. And both off the mark.
Shot from Matingu as well.
Under 7 to play in the first. Taylor Bond is dropped on the carpet. Comets will take it back. Stephen Patterson, the Thunder Bay, Ontario native. On over to Palmer. Now Asadpour. Here's Vahid. Vahid challenging there in the midfield area. It's kicked back to Taylor Bond. Bond shoots, and that one off the near board's no good. Wheeler Martinez flashed in there. Now Pino. He gets by one defender in Pichardo. Now by another. He toe pokes it, and it's just wide. Asadpour in the corner. Away from the goal. Bond. Oh, picked up by Palmer. Now Gibson. Almost curled it in. And it looks like Palmer went hard into the boards, and he's down.
Yeah, he hit it at an awkward angle. But just before that, the bend on that shot from Leo Gibson.
Yeah.
Call him Beckham. That was...
He hit it with the outside of his right foot.
Yeah.
That's how good he is. He was trying to curl it. It's like throwing a screwball in baseball.
He was looking for that upper 90.
Here's a replay of it again. He hit that on the outside of his right foot, and it almost curled in the post.
One time, man. That was good. That Leo Gibson, he's all right, huh?
Yeah, this just in. He's kind of good. Palmer's going to stay in, and the Comets are going to call a timeout. Comets are calling a timeout, and we'll keep it right here. It is a day of giving here tonight at the Kansas City Comets. We've talked about Leo Gibson's Kick for Christ initiative. Fans here are bringing new or gently used sports equipment, a lot of soccer balls, some cleats, socks, whatever kids might use in order to play the game of soccer. Leo, as gracious as, if you've ever met Leo Gibson, you know what a gracious man he is. And he'll gather all these things up, and Leo will travel back to his home country in Monrovia, Liberia, the capital city of Liberia, and he'll hand them out to all these kids and spend time with them. And it's very, very cool, and he's done it every year.
It's great, and he'll talk about the smiles that are awaiting him as soon as he gets off the plane back home, and he shares pictures with us of these kids playing in this equipment. So it's been a great charity he's been working on for 6 years now.
Yep.
He's put this together, so this is a fun thing we love to get behind.
We also should mention that tonight Brian Harris is also playing with a little extra jump in his step because they're playing for his favorite foundation. That's the Dalton Berner Foundation for pediatric cancer patients. Brian and young Dalton Berner, who you reminded me last time we were together, Jeff, he's beaten cancer twice. But around what are fans doing here inside Silverstein Ice Center's arena?
The Dalton Everett Berner Foundation is actually selling a 50-50 raffle ticket. So 50% of the proceeds goes straight.
And a great restart there by the Comets. And that's Lucas Rodriguez. And boy, has he been a sight for sore eyes on the restarts there. Rodriguez gets his first restart goal of the season. Lucas, if you remember last year, he was among the league leaders in restarts. In fact, he led the league with 5 restart goals late in the season. And there's one right there to get it past Flores, and the Comets lead 2-0.
And watching the replay again, there's a great decoy run. Sosa sells the inside pass and then dumps it right out top to Lucas.
59 seconds in the first period, scored by number 10, Lucas Rodriguez.
That's his 3rd goal of the year.
By number 19, Sean Sosa.
And you probably heard Sosa got the assist. That is his 6th helper on the year. And again, the Comets lead 2-0 over the Chicago Mustangs, who are currently undefeated on the season. And now Ortega goes down once again.
Kansas City foul on number 11, O'Dane Sinclair.
And
Second.
Sinclair picks up his second foul. Looks like Ortega is going to be okay. Here comes Flores. Jesus Flores. He was the keeper for Chicago when they won their championship back in 13-14 in the old PASL. Here he is with a drive, and that one headed out of bounds off the Comets. It'll stay with Chicago.
Everybody wants to be like Stevie, right?
I know it. You know, Stephen Patterson is the only goalkeeper to score a goal this year, but he is not the leading scorer among goalkeepers. Do you know who is the leading scorer among goalkeepers? Jeff Husted.
Without looking, I'm going to go with Chris Toth from San Diego.
Now that's a brilliant guess. You must follow the MASL. You're absolutely right. He has 2 assists. You've done your homework, young man.
I might have seen a game or two. Well, San Diego, they do it a lot like the Comets. They build everything from the back, so he's an integral part of every attack.
You know, we could have a discussion. I know a lot of people, when they watch these games on YouTube, which is really cool. I do, too, get into the discussion. But fans will go out there and they'll have these discussions. I think it was the last week or the week before, I can't remember. There was talk of who has the best goalkeeping tandem in the MASL.
Well, I don't know that you can beat San Diego's
I know.
tandem of Boris Pardo and Chris Toth.
Here's Wheelo on a steal from Chicago. Wheelo bumped down from behind by Matingu, and a foul called on the Comets.
Kansas City foul on number 4.
That's a smart foul. He was
That's
off
one of
to the
those
races.
professional fouls, isn't it?
Yeah.
Allows the defense to get back, set up.
Allen did a good job of looking like he was going to protest it, too. Oh, come on. Okay.
Ortega looking for some space. Bangs it off the wall in the mixer. And it's off the top of the glass. Still there. And a foul called in the box. Rojas was in there for Chicago among 4 blue jerseys. Good job there by the Comets to pack it in.
Did you see that behind-the-back save from Stevie? We just talked about what a great tandem San Diego has, but right now, Stevie, he's playing pretty up there.
Well, this is the game here. There's Steven. Plays it long for Leo, looking for the header.
Just over the boards.
I'm surprised Leo did not lean his feet and try the bike. Get on the bike, if you know what I mean.
I think he was concerned about the defender backing up.
Located right in the heart of Westport. The 816 Hotel features unique rooms showcasing many
3:58 left to play in the first. Comets lead 2-0 over the Mustangs.
Visit 816hotel.com.
Here's Matingu in the midfield area. Now Flores poked away. Wheelo Martinez is knocked to the ground and a foul called on the Comets.
Kansas City foul number 23, Nacho, his first.
Now Wheelo trying to get past Nacho. Held in by Ortega. Now De La Cruz. Palmer up into the air. Matingu with a touch. Rojas is there. Correction. Santos. Now Nacho of the Comets into the area. Martinez and the Mustangs getting back. The head coach of the Chicago Mustangs, Armando Gamboa, has his team off to a 4-0 start, and he is named the coach of the month for the month of November.
When you're the only team without a loss, it's tough to argue against that.
That's for sure. And beating Cedar Rapids twice is saying something, because we're all learning right now that Cedar Rapids is a much different team than they were last year. Flores. Headed out by the Comets. Now Taylor Bond. Back inside his own yellow line. Will play it to Flores. Comets will pressure Jesus. And it comes out to Chicago's Bond near the half line. 2:25 left to play in the first. Steven Patterson. Low pass. It's picked up by Perez. Now down to Leo. Here's Perez. And got it through the legs of Camarena. Rebound shot by Matingu. And that one just wide. Alon searching for his first goal of the year. Alon Matingu had that terrific year in 14-15 where he scored 21 goals, had 12 assists for 33 points. He was this close to being named Rookie of the Year that season if it weren't for Gordy Gerson and the avalanche of goals that he had in his rookie season. But last year, Alon got hurt, and now he's just kind of back full time. Here's a shot and a terrific save by Patterson. Wow.
Big players show up at big times. That was a great save.
That was well played there by Patterson. Rojas, Edwin to Taylor Bond. Bond turns, fires, blocked by Matingu. Bond to Camarena. Camarena had it taken away. Edwin Rojas and Pee Wee Ortega are back there for the Mustangs. 1 minute, 17 seconds, and a steal by Rodriguez. Lucas bangs it off the glass, and it's funneled back into Flores. Flores' outlet taken back by Sinclair. O'Dane chases it into the corner. Sinclair's still on it. Now Rodriguez over to Stokic. Flores couldn't hang on, but Stokic couldn't pounce on the rebound.
That's why Sinclair was brought up here, is to dig out that ball, get the steals.
Rodrigo Flores over to Pee Wee Ortega. Ortega angles one into the corner. Healed back. Sosa. Boards to Palmer. Now Wheelo. Wheelo chasing it around. Palmer. He is too. He's got it. Trying to knife his way between two defenders. Catches the bouncing ball, and the Comets will try to set it up for the last time here, last seconds of the first. Under 20 to play in the first. Here's Ortega. The Mustangs are back with it. That pass touched by the Comets. Picked up by Sosa. Under 10 seconds to play. Here comes Guerrero Pino. Here's Pino. Shot just wide. 2 seconds left, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. Good start for the Kansas City Comets. Goals by Nacho and Lucas Rodriguez have Kansas City out to a 2-0 lead over Chicago. We'll take a break. We'll be back for the second quarter. You're watching Major Arena Soccer League TV. Great to have you along this Major Arena Soccer League broadcast, MASL TV on YouTube. Alongside Jeff Houston, I'm Nick Vassos. Comets lead the Chicago Mustangs 2-0. Fans enjoying themselves here tonight on a night of giving, a day of giving here at the Kansas City Comets. And we appreciate you spending your part of your weekend with us. 3 other games going on around the league. Jeff, what you got?
Well, the games that are most important to Comets fans, in the third quarter, Harrisburg Heat is up 2-1 on Cedar Rapids.
Okay.
And then in Milwaukee, they're in the first quarter still, but Milwaukee holds a 6-1 advantage over St. Louis. Then the only other game in action right now is Baltimore is up 3-0 on Florida.
Up 3-0 on Florida. All right, we'll keep an eye on those games for you. Again, here 2-0 Comets. KC out shooting Chicago 7-6. Both teams are switch ends, and oh my goodness, Pee Wee Ortega.
Chicago foul on number 5.
Took out Guerrero Pino.
Ortega, his second.
Or is that Brian Perez?
That's Perez, yeah.
That has got to be a card, doesn't it? Or danger? I mean, is that just a dangerous play foul?
I think they're. I'm not sure how he's not in the box because he just came in reckless. I mean, that's the definition of a reckless tackle there.
Brad Zimmerman's our director tonight. Seth Parker doing stats, and I know Brad, here he is. Yep, he's going to cue up a replay here for us. Look at Pee Wee go up and then.
Yeah, he was way late on that.
Yep. Thank you guys for that. Good news, Perez is okay. Comets fans are happy about that. Perez, a steady contributor for the Comets. Oh, but his pass right here lets him down. It's picked up there by Rojas. I'm not sure what Rojas was trying to do there. Rodrigo Flores, I beg your pardon.
I think he saw Stevie out of the box and thought he'd try to rip him one.
We mentioned Guadalajara, Mexico earlier because of the new player, Alonso Sandoval, who's in the lineup tonight. There are as many as 8 players from Guadalajara, Mexico on this Chicago Mustangs team. The Pearl of the West. Yes, I was on Wikipedia earlier tonight trying to find some information out about Guadalajara, Mexico. I've never been there. It's a very cultural, technology is big in Guadalajara.
It's the Silicon Valley of Mexico, isn't
Yep.
it?
So here we go. Comets cycling up their offense. Sosa bangs it into the corner for Leo. Leo hit the deck and a foul is called on Carlos Pichardo. He's not real happy about that. The Comets are going to get a great restart here. Sosa, of course, will trigger the restart. Sosa having a little discussion here with the official. Sosa. Asadpour. Pinballing around. Sinclair takes one off the face. He's shaken up. I don't know if that was the ball or if that was somebody's foot that hit him in the face.
Yeah, looked like a ball pinballed off the wall straight into his nose.
Dr. Neil Kelly, DDS, is pleased to offer his patients convenient
Comets training staff out there attending to O'Dane Sinclair.
Yeah, if that ball hits you right on the nose, sometimes it'll make the strongest man tear up.
And you're not expecting it to. That's the problem. The Kingston, Jamaica native, of course, played last year for St. Louis. Started out playing up top at a target position for the Comets. He has since been moved to the back line. He's a big fella, too. He gives the Comets some size, and it looks like O'Dane's going to be okay.
He's a big guy, a lot of strength, kind of player we used to have here with Stephon St. Louis.
Yeah.
Guy he can dig the ball out of the corners. He's got some speed to him, so he can go on the run down the sideline.
So basically, the referee's going to drop the ball here, sort of like a face-off in hockey. Gibson gets a touch on it. Rodriguez is over there. Camarena of Chicago, and a foul is called on Lucas Rodriguez. Man, you got to be careful over there against the boards. He cut down Camarena, and it's just a foul called on Lucas.
Kansas City foul on number 10, Lucas Rodriguez, his first.
Lucas will stay. No, Lucas will go off. Guerrero Pino comes on. Stokic comes on as well. Camarena with a low screamer, and that one's saved by Patterson. Now Asadpour, he's on his horse, chugging down the left side. It's marked by Flores. Rojas in there as well. Camarena and a foul called on the Comets.
Kansas City foul on number 7, Vahid Asadpour, his first of the game.
Right now away from the ball, and Coach Gamboa is talking to the assistant referee in the crease. I don't know, was he arguing that maybe there was a bad change at some point?
It looks like they were trying to do a substitution at the wrong time.
By the way, we should mention that our referees, the senior referee is Kyle Atkins. The assistant is Josh Wilkins. The assistant referee in the box is Brian Martin. So it would appear that Kyle Atkins is chatting with Armando Gamboa. .12:56 left to play in the second. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now here we go. Okay, here's Rojas down the right side. Good, another good save by Patterson. Rebound comes to Camarena, now front and center for Bond. He's their leading scorer. Back down to the corner. And Chicago. Once again, it's Edwin Rojas over there. Comets wrestle it away from the Mustangs. Comets wearing those blue retro jerseys up to the half line to Matingu. Alam trying to cut it back in towards the middle, had it knocked away from him. And the Mustangs will control here. That's Edwin Rojas. On back to their keeper, Jesus Flores. Flores into Ortega, correction, Vaca, who flashed in, but back to Jesus Flores. Now a long ball, it's headed up into the air by Patterson, who's way off his line, and then he kicks it out of bounds. And that'll be spotted at the top of the arc here. Another good restart opportunity coming up for Chicago. Comets 2 up and 2 down on the season. Chicago 4-0. Chicago is 1-5 against the Comets all time. Here's Ortega. Pee-wee stops. Now Wheelo, shot.
Just a bit high. And that was not a good field goal. That was wide left, kids.
Wheelo Martinez has 5 goals and 2 assists so far on this young season. Wheelo, one of the players from Guadalajara, Mexico. And they're going to give Chicago another opportunity here with the Comets kicking it out of bounds from their own area. So 11:50 here, and the Comets are giving Chicago good chances here on the restart. So back out comes Wheelo Martinez. Pee-wee Ortega behind the ball. Camarena to the left, Martinez to the right. Bond in the area. Down to the corner. Shot from an impossible angle. Goes skidding across the glass just above the crossbar and then all the way back to Flores. Ortega to Flores. Now coming on to the field and accepting the pass. Pichardo back to Ortega. Now forward Vaca. Vaca right side. Vaca looking for a space to shoot. He fires. Save again by Stephen Patterson. He has cat-like reflexes right now. Coffee quick. He's saving them high, saving them low. It would appear that Patterson is on tonight for the Comets. And credit Vodka for just working it around the horn there to create some space. Now a drive, another save by Patterson. Stoned again. Bond. Here's Bond into the area. Comets all getting back defensively. That's good team defense there by the Comets. Although Chicago still holds on. Good possession time for the Mustangs here.
They've been a lot more aggressive this quarter than they were the first.
Ramon Palmer trying to get, he's able to avoid 3 defenders. Up to Robert, to Ramon, forward to Perez, and coming off his line is Flores, and it's going to stay with the Comets. And the Comets are going to get it here right at the top of the arc. Jesus Flores was shaken up a little bit last week in Sunday's game against St. Louis. Looked like he was playing with a bit of a sore knee. The Mustangs came back and defeated the St. Louis Ambush at home last Sunday. They were trailing 5-2 at one point. They came back to win at 6-5. Here's Rodriguez behind the ball. Peeled back, and Sosa took a crack at it. That off the 3-man wall to Patterson. He pumps it into the corner, off the top of the dasher boards. Perez, shot, just wide, and an attempted knee by Rodriguez goes up and over the glass.
And the ball's in there bouncing that close to the goal. Sometimes you just got to hit it with whatever you can.
Yeah, whatever you got. Yeah, Chicago last week used their experience to take down St. Louis, who's struggled mightily here early on in the season. St. Louis still looking for their first win of the season, and it doesn't look like they're going to get it at Milwaukee tonight. At last check, they were trailing 6-1.
It's actually now 7-1, heading into halftime.
Heading into halftime, 7-1. Here it's 2-0. Comets on top of the Mustangs. Here's Martinez. Back to Ortega. Now Wheelo. Wheelo steps over it, moves left, fires a shot. Save again, Stephen Patterson. Stephen Patterson is on his way to a terrific first half. 9.5 to play in this first half. Comets lead 2-0. Goals by Nacho and Lucas Rodriguez giving the Comets a 2-0 lead. That one headed for Osvaldo Rojas, kicked away by the Comets. Flores will play it up to Ortega. This one played to Francisco Garcia into the game for the first time. Now down to the corner. Sandoval is there. Correction, that is De La Cruz. Now Sosa. Sosa, forward to Asadpour. Couldn't catch up with the bouncing ball. It curls around the corner and into Flores. Chased by Gibson. He kicks it to the half line and a fight for it there. Both teams play on. Martinez got knocked to the ground. And the ball eventually bounds out of bounds, and it'll stay or go to the Comets. Here's Asadpour. Forward to Gibson. A pass first time over to Guerrero Pino. Leaves it for Matingu. Flores comes off his line. Matingu still just trying to bat the ball around. That's how the Comets got one of their goals. They just get in there and knock it in there towards Flores. Hope he can't hold on to the rebound, and hopefully the Comets can pounce on it. Now Palmer, a long ball, touched by Flores. Again, he didn't hang on initially, and it's chested back to him. Under 8 to play in the first half. Camarena lets it roll through to Bond. Back to Camarena. Inside the half line. Comets trying to knock it away. Asadpour's there. Camarena gets it back. Camarena shoots, and he hit it wide. Good chance there by Chicago. Now Pichardo. Beard with a drive. That one blocked. Another drive, saved by Patterson. Headed back to Steven Patterson.
Some great defense here in the first half of this
Timeout
game.
called by the Comets.
You got to call that just so he can catch his breath there.
Timeout, Kansas City.
Timeout, Kansas City. 7:25 left to play in the first half. Comets 2 and the Mustangs nothing.
All right, Comets fans, it's time to toss it over to Big 93 Steve Serrano with our second quarter promotion. All right, Nate, that is right. We're directly behind you, section 105 and 106. So turn your attention this way right now, because what's going to happen is we got some Domino's pizzas that we're going to try to meet all the way to the middle. The row that can do it the fastest is going to walk away with some free pizza, thanks to our friends at Domino's. We've got our lovely girls on the other side, Talon here in the middle. Again, you're going to try and get those right here to the center as fast as you can. Hold on. Here we go. I'll count you down. We ready on both sides? Can we get the pizza to the front up here in section 106? Get the pizza all the way up to the first guy. There we go. Make it even. You're coming to the middle here. You can move them all at once. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Move those Domino's pizzas. Here we go.
Are they going to do it? It's still.
Not as easy
That's
as
a
it looks.
winner!
Section 105. Thanks to our friends at Domino's. We're going to give you some dinner right here. Y'all take care of
Domino's Pizza sounds good right about now. Congratulations.
Steve. Little bookkeeping here at the Silverside Ice Centers Arena. That Kansas City Comets
7:25 left to play in the first half alongside Jeff Houston. I'm Nick Vassos. Brad Zimmerman, our director tonight. Seth Parker handling our stats. And the Comets looking to go 6-1 over the Chicago Mustangs. And I'm looking down here, and O'Dane Sinclair has left the field and is headed to the locker rooms right now.
Wonder if there's a little bit more to that knock to the head he took.
We'll try to get an update for O'Dane Sinclair, who is not available right now for the Comets. 7:18 left to play in the first half. Into the corner for Nacho. He almost got it through the 5-hole of Flores. Jesus clamped down on his legs and was able to keep that ball from going through.
Great job by Nacho, the rookie, to recognize a little bit of indecision by Flores and just really go for the attack and the shot rather than trying to control it. And
here's Leo in the corner. Leo still going. Back to Robert. Palmer to Leo into Perez. Now Nacho. Harris. Bryan back to Patterson. Comets will reset. 6.5 to play in the first half. Now Perez, Sosa, Perez, Harris, Nacho, Gibson for the Comets. For Chicago, it's Ortega, Vaca, and a penalty. The game's first penalty is coming up, and it's going to go against Chicago, and the Comets are going to go on the power play. And that's going to go, is that Taylor Bond who's walking off now?
yeah, you could see that coming. He's been wild swinging along the boards all game long.
And he cut down Sosa, who's slow to get up. Correction, that's Perez. Boy, Perez has been knocked down a couple of times tonight. He's had to get the spatula out to scrape himself up off the carpet a couple times. So the Comets will go on the power play, and I wish I had better news for you in terms of special teams, folks, but the Comets have not been great on power plays this year. Only 1 of 5. That comes in at 27%. The Mustangs, they've killed off 50% of the penalties against them. They've killed 4 of the 8 times they've been a man down. Now almost a bad play there. Ortega still going forward. The official waves it off. And back there is Patterson. Boy, almost disaster there for the Comets. Now forward into the corner for Perez. Now back to Asadpour, Gibson. Front and center Sosa to Leo. Outside Rodriguez. Rodriguez hit the top of the glass and out of bounds. Man down team for Chicago includes Francisco Garcia, Pee-wee Ortega, Carlos Pichardo, and Edwin Rojas. Here's Flores. He will sky high it into the air. It comes down. It's picked up there by Garcia. Garcia will chase the ball. He'll hold it. Hold it into the corner. Chicago looking for a call there in the corner with Garcia cut down. Meanwhile, the Comets come back the other way. Here's Perez in the corner. Shielded away by Pichardo.
Just a hair too long to Perez. He couldn't catch up to it.
1 minute coming up on the power play for the Comets. 1 minute left on the power play. Flores kicks it long. That takes 10 seconds off the clock. The Comets will press up. Looks like Sosa. He's directing traffic. Over to Leo. Now Asadpour. Perez. Sosa steps on it. Fires one. And that one blocked out of bounds by Pichardo. The Comets will have it on the corner kick with 33 seconds left on the Comets' advantage and 4:47 left in the first half. Comets leading 2-0 over the Chicago Mustangs. Glad to have you along this MASL TV broadcast. Here's Sosa. Asadpour. Vahid save! And a bicycle! Ding dong off the post! Leo did it again, but he couldn't connect. Now Rodriguez. 14 seconds left on the advantage. Asadpour. Sosa. That one blocked by Rojas. Ortega comes up with a rebound. A foul called on the Comets.
I'll tell you, Nick, I'm right here on that goal line from where I sit. And that was so, it's got to go all the way across the line. I'm talking about the shot just before Leo's bicycle. The ball's got to go all the way across the goal, and it was all but a hair's length across that goal line.
And once again, Jesus was falling into the net, and he kicked it back out as he was falling backwards.
Chose to push it out rather than try to fall down on it with it still outside.
Ortega on the ground. He's back up on his feet. Penalty is over. Here comes Taylor Bond back out of the field. And once again, the Comets are now 1 for 6 on the power play. And Chicago just did a good job there of killing off the penalty. Here's Bond. Taylor Bond with 10 goals. Still rushing the Comet defense. Patterson out there to kick it away. Now Bond is double teamed by those retro jerseys. Gibson out with a loose ball. And over to Asadpour. Here comes Vahid. He'll stop on the referee's crease. Back to Sosa. Now up to Leo. Back to Asadpour. Comets building it up. Now in front of the bench. Here's Guerrero Pino. Gave it away. Back to Bond. On the Comets' last third, Martinez with a blast, and a save is made by Patterson again. Nacho, correction, Sosa, up to Guerrero Pino, trying to wall pass to get it to himself. That was successful. Pino now double teamed in the corner. He gets taken down, and a foul is called. Fans looking for the blue card there, just a foul.
Beard is first.
That from Beard, the guilty party there. Now Asadpour. Harris. Palmer. Leo. Trying to go through the legs of Flores. Gibson and the Comets get it back. Leo flipped it up into the air for Guerrero Pino. Now Leo battling Beard. Leo taps it away. Loose ball in front, and Flores is there for Chicago. 2.5 to play in the first half. Comets lead 2-0. Comets On defense, there's Santos. One of the newest members of the Mustangs, excuse me. Now Rojas. Loose out front. Somehow Patterson. Boy, the ball is like a magnet right to those gloves right now.
He just signed a new deal with Outlaw Glove Company for his gloves, and they're proving their worth tonight.
It's like he's got stickum on those gloves. 1:49 left to play in the first half. Brian Perez goes off limping. Coming in for him is Rodriguez. Martinez with the ball for Chicago. Martinez to Rojas, shot wide right. Correction, left. And Martinez comes up with a rebound. Wheelo goes down, and a penalty is going to be called.
It's going to be called on Wheelo.
On Wheelo?
For diving.
For diving. I've never seen that call. Wheelo's going to be sent off for diving. It's one of the new rules the MASL is enforcing. They started this last year, and it's the first time I've ever seen it. The crowd is giving the official a standing ovation.
When do you see that very often? I'm not just talking about the 2 minutes for diving, but a standing ovation for the referee.
33 seconds into the second period. Chicago Mustangs, number 10, 5-minute penalty to Wheelo Martinez for diving.
So no power play there. It's essentially a 5-minute penalty. He sits out for 5 minutes, so he's out for the rest of the first half.
Right.
And that hurts Chicago, but it'll remain even strength for both teams.
Well, and it's at least 5 minutes, because once the 5 minutes is up, he can't come on until it's a ball out of play or a guaranteed substitution situation. So sometimes last week we had in Milwaukee, and I can't recall which player it was. It might have been Robert Palmer had a 5-minute penalty. He ended up being in the box for about 8.5 minutes.
Oh, my gosh. Now Flores, boots it long. Under a minute to play in the first half. Under a minute to play. Comets lead 2-0. Matingu and those long legs in the corner. He's in there battling De La Cruz. Now this one back to Garcia. All the way back to Flores. 44 seconds left in the first half. Here's Garcia. Forward to Vaca. Vaca. Now back to Garcia. Shot blocked by Sosa. Deflected back to Patterson. Outlet to Pino. Pino cannot catch up with it. Flores is there. That one almost to the rafters here at Silverstein Ice Center's arena, and a foul called on Chicago.
Chicago foul on number 18.
19 seconds left to play. That's De La Cruz's first foul. Nacho. Near side Matingu, 14 seconds left. Sosa up to Nacho. Now Matingu. Comets with 5 seconds left here. Played long. Horn will sound, and that is it for the first half. Comets lead 2-0 over the Chicago Mustangs. Armando Gamboa and Jesus Flores, which are now going to be coming into your picture here. Armando is going to be wants to talk to Brian Martin, or that's who he's talking with right now. He's right there on the yellow line if you're looking at this like we are. And Gamboa had a few things to say to the officials. Comets are heading to the locker rooms, leading 2-0 as these two teams are meeting for the first time this season, these two Central Division rivals. Jeff Husted, Nick Vassos here live at Silverstein Ice Center's arena. Glad to have you along this MASL TV broadcast on YouTube. What you think of the first half, Jeff?
It was a strong showing by the Comets. When we talked about those three keys, the first quarter, I think they hit each one of them. They challenged the goalkeeper. They were very organized on their attack.
These
and
pizzas
they held
are the
Chicago
same,
in check.
but depending on the day of the
entire
week, they aren't
quarter.
the same price.
Second quarter, Chicago comes
That's
out
not
especially
right.
early.
So we're
and
fixing
they
it.
started to put it on the pressure.
Now you can carry
Started
out large
to worry about whether the momentum was starting to shift, if they were going to start to get some action on it. But I think that the Comets turned it around, and they really, if you saw the second half of that quarter, they really held the possession and held the time that they need to, and did a good job with that.
All right, well, we're going to take a break here, and when we come back, we'll have second half action.
Plus, reserve your 2017 season tickets now.
Nacho and Lucas Rodriguez, the goals for Kansas City. And how about Stephen Patterson, the shutout here in the first half? Stephen Patterson playing terrific for the Kansas City Comets. At the half, it's the Comets 2 and the Mustangs nothing. We'll see you in the third quarter.
A purposeful life is your inspiration for success at Mid-American Nazarene University. It's more than wanting a better job or searching for that new challenge. It's about becoming a better person and growing intellectually and spiritually. The degree programs at MNU will challenge, inspire, and transform you to not only become a leader, but also the person you've always wanted to be. MNU, purposefully different.
Tonight we want to welcome the School of Professional and Graduate Studies from Mid-American Nazarene University. If you want to complete an accelerated bachelor's or master's degree in business, nursing, education, or counseling, please visit their table in the lobby as you leave tonight's game. Also, be sure to ask about your tuition discount as a season ticket holder of the Kansas City Comets. Comets would like to welcome everyone here tonight from Mid-America Nazarene, especially our fans
All right, we are back here at Silverstein Ice Center's Arena. The Comets leading the Chicago Mustangs by a score of 2-0. Glad to have you along this MASL TV broadcast. Maybe you've been checking out some of the other games going on around the country tonight. Baltimore was at Florida, and Baltimore beat Florida 5-1. And we just got an update here on what happened in Harrisburg between Cedar Rapids and the Harrisburg Heat. Kind of a interesting finish there, needless to say, Jeff Houston.
Well, it was 2-0 for the longest time. Harrisburg was up. Cedar Rapids came back. They tied it up in the fourth quarter, went to overtime, and just one of those heartbreaking plays. I believe it was Everton. A player for Harrisburg had the ball and passed it down the wall towards his goalkeeper, and his goalkeeper stepped over the ball and just missed it. Cedar Rapids' Gordy Gerson was just standing right there. Easy tap in and gets the win.
Gordy Gerson has had a charmed weekend. He had 4 goals last night in Cedar Rapids' 6-5 win over Syracuse, and he gets the game winner in overtime tonight.
Yeah, that's the way he responds to being named Player of the Month. So not a bad life for Gordy.
We also have St. Louis at Milwaukee, and Milwaukee was well in charge of that game, and we'll have an update for you on that one. Milwaukee was like ahead 7-1 or something heading into halftime. All right, third quarter is underway, and the Comets and Mustangs are back at it. Chicago 1-5 against Kansas City all time. Last time Chicago beat the Comets was here at Silverstein Ice Center's Arena back in January of this year, but it was last season, and they came in to defeat the Comets 10-3, but that's the only victory in the previous 6 meetings between these two teams. Now remember, Wheeler Martinez is starting the second half in the penalty box because of the 5-minute diving call that he was assessed at the tail end of the second quarter. Perez for the Comets, battling a pair of players. Perez shoots! Save made by Jesus, and he stood up. And Flores
lucky to make that save there. He was already down on the ground going right, and that ball came in left. Just able to get his foot in on it.
Walking it up come the Mustangs into the corner. Sent there for Rojas. Rojas trying to split the defense, and eventually a foul is called. There's O'Dane Sinclair back into the game. That's good news. He went out about halfway in the second quarter to the locker room to get some treatment, but he's back out there to start the third quarter. So is Sosa, and so is Steven Patterson. Steven Patterson has had quite himself a game. He has been terrific in goal tonight, and he'll get serious consideration for either first or second star. Right now, he's definitely one of the factors why the Comets have kept Chicago off the scoreboard tonight.
Well, it's kind of like baseball. You can't talk about a certain action by a pitcher.
Yep.
We won't talk about it, but hopefully Patterson does something special tonight.
Kansas City trying to hold it in. Guerrero Pino still marching in deep. Gibson is there. Chicago chips it out towards the half line, trying to get it over to Camarena. Comets break it up for a moment, but Chicago gets it back. Carlos Pichardo is there. Mustangs, a little bit of faulty backline work there, but they've settled it down. And now they'll work it out of their last third. Comets will sit back a little bit here. 12.5 to play in the third. Only 2 goals separate these two teams, and that's nothing here in the indoor game. Here's Flores. And Flores, a short pass out to Beard. The Comets get it back. Leo goes down. And a foul called on Chicago. That guilty party there is Camarena.
77, Camarena is first in the game.
So So Palmer will trigger the restart. Robert. He and Ramon Palmer from Kingston, Jamaica, grew up in the same city and went to the same high school. They both share the same last name but are not brothers.
Not even related.
They're brothers on the team, that's for sure. Forward. Here comes Chicago. Blocked by Nacho. And Rojas rolls one in there. Patterson made a pretty easy save. Now Leo trying to get by two players. It's headed forward to De La Cruz. De La Cruz settles it, fires a shot. That one had some stank on it, and it goes wide. Rebound to Pichardo. Left for Vaca. Vaca rolls it in through the area. Rojas. Now a shot. Save is made by Patterson again. Sandoval. Gibson. Forward. Here come the Comets. It's Perez trying to get around Pichardo. And Perez goes down. Both teams play on. Coming up on 11 minutes to play in the third. Taylor Bond with it, their leading scorer. Wall pass, shot, no good. Rebound comes out to Gibson. That was a pretty nifty play there by the Mustangs. Great wall pass there by Taylor Bond.
Yeah, off to the side, you might see Perez limping off. He never really got up from that collision in the corner there.
That's the second or third time Brian Perez has gone off the field limping. He's had himself a tough game tonight. And the indoor game, as we know, is so fast and so physical. I bet many of these players are taking the field tonight with some sort of nick or some sort of pain or something, but, you know, they're still out there playing. Taylor Bond.
Yeah, this time of year, nobody is 100%.
Yep. Cedar Rapids has already won tonight. Now a drive and a save is made by Patterson. Good drive there by Vaca. And again, Patterson is true. Now Asadpour. Stepping in there was number 9, Rodrigo Flores. Chicago takes it back. Taylor Bond. It comes near side to Alonso Sandoval. Down to Flores. Chipped in there. Patterson's got his gloves on it. 10 minutes to play in the third, and the Comets leading 2-0. Comets trying to go above 500 this season. They're currently 2-2 on the year. Chicago 4-0. They're the only undefeated team left in the MASL, and the Comets would like nothing more than to give them their first loss here tonight. Comets are 2-1. Flores goes down, almost gave it away. Now Matingu back in there. Flores is one of those keepers who, you know, his footing might not be there. He might not hold onto the ball. He might not have what looks like a clean game, but his results speak for themselves. He's only allowed 2 goals so far here tonight, so you got to give him credit. Here come the Comets.
He's got a great defense in front of him, and he knows how to use it.
Here's Ephraim Beard. And a steal by Stokic. Steps in and takes it away from Camarena. To Rodriguez, back to Steffen. Steffen moves to his right. He gets tripped up. That should be that was close to a penalty. Steffen had the advantage, and he was tripped up from behind, and no blue card.
You saw the referees looking at each other to see, almost like a game of chicken. Are you going to pull it? Am I going to pull it? All right, we'll just leave it.
We'll give the Comets a good restart here. Sosa behind the ball. John. To Lucas. Goal! Lucas, his second restart goal of the game, and the Comets lead 3-0.
That's the second time today that those two have hooked up on a restart.
That was a no-doubter right there. Rodriguez is 4th on the season. Sosa comes up with his 7th helper, and the Comets out to a 3-0 lead.
Watching the replay here.
6 minutes and 10 seconds into the third
We mentioned last year, Lucas was so effective on restarts. He led the MASL in restart goals for much of the year last year. He ended up having 5. He's got 2 here tonight. So welcome back, Lucas. Comets leading 3-0. They actually are being outshot by Chicago. Chicago's outshooting the Comets 18-14.
Comets fans, come celebrate with us following the game tonight at Bay.
Jesus Flores kicked it out of bounds, and the Comets will take it. Patterson motioning to Palmer to go long with it. Sinclair double teamed right out in front of the Comets' yellow line, still taken away now by Vaca of the Mustangs. Mustangs in their all red, Comets in their all blue. Now Palmer takes it away. But now a drive by Garcia and a save once again by Patterson.
Toshiba Business Solutions is a global leader.
Patterson was reading that one all the way across the arc and down into the corner. He knew where that ball was going before it was shot.
Just like the Comets do.
De La Cruz, Garcia, Pichardo, Camarena, and Vaca. Vaca pleading something towards the official. Now Vaca into the area for De La Cruz. Now Garcia with a drive, pinballing around. De La Cruz with a chance. Still out in front. Now Sinclair will kick it wide. And Stokic will send it all the way back to Jesus Flores.
Somehow Vaca thought that should have been a top of the arc.
Now Pino charged for the foul.
Comets foul on number 6. Guerrero Pino, his first of the game.
Here's Vaca. The pass behind Taylor Bonds, picked up there by the veteran Stefan Stokic. Originally from Belgrade, Serbia, but's been playing in the indoor game for years. Occasionally, sometimes we'll see Stokic out there as a defensive runner replacing Leo Gibson, but not in this game so far, at least not so far yet. Out there for the Comets, it's Stokic, Nacho, Rodriguez, Palmer, and Matingu. Matingu's got it. Here's Matingu. And Matingu cannot catch up with it. Flores stretching out to grab it for the Mustangs. De La Cruz intercepted by Asadpour. Now to Palmer. Boy, the Comets just can't get the breakaways going. They get the ball on the half line but can't advance it. Now Flores to Bond. Bond goes behind the back, sort of. Broken up by the Comets. Here's Asadpour. Once again, the Comets will go for some changes. Comets will hold it. 3 players go off, and actually 6 fresh legs come back on. Now Sosa sends it into the corner looking for Leo. Flores off his line, still bouncing around. Ball out in front. And Santos is there for Chicago.
And if there was a bump in the carpet going the wrong way, that would have been a goal for sure. That was right there on the line.
Here comes Santos. Mustangs' latest addition. On back to goes to Beard. From Beard. Now forward to Wheeler Martinez, who's back into the game. Martinez down to the corner. Martinez off the wall through the area. Stokic was there with Santos, and a good job by Stefan. Over there to Pino. Pino back to Sosa. John forward to Asadpour. More changes for the Comets. Here comes Lucas Rodriguez. Now over to Vahid. Forward to Leo. Leo back to Asadpour. Comets will set it up. Try to build it up out of the back. 5:36 left to play in the third quarter. Comets leading 3-0. Sosa to Asadpour. The Toronto, Canada native forward to Leo. Gibson away from the goal to Asadpour. Comets being patient here. Coming up on 5 minutes to play in the third. Stepping in front of Matingu is Chicago's number 7, Osvaldo Rojas. Now Pichardo kicking it off the boards. Matinguch going to try to win it back, and he does. Comets, good possession time here for the home side. Sosa. Gibson. Away from the goal, Asadpour. Comets have held the ball for the last 2 minutes. This is how Kansas City likes to play. 4:21 now to play in the third, and the Comets still have the ball. Asadpour forward to Guerrero Pino. He is fouled from behind by Wheeler Martinez.
Can't see this on camera, but Leo Gibson and his defender, they're right in the goal box, and they are after each other trying to get position, each one trying to be in front. And it's going to be a good battle to watch.
Here's Sinclair trying to turn his defender in Beard. Now a loose ball. Garcia with a touch. It's played forward to De La Cruz. Here's De La Cruz, heels it back to Martinez. Wheelo dances to his right. Goes down. No call.
I don't think Wheelo learned his lesson from his yellow
I don't
card.
think he did either. Wheelo again. Heels it back. Shot by Camarena. Off of Robert Palmer, and it'll be a corner kick and a timeout on the field.
Media
Timeout. 3:42 left to play in the third. Comets 3 and the Mustangs nothing. Thanks to our great director, Brad Zimmerman, taking that quick shot there in the booth of me doing a little bit of dancing.
Yep.
And I haven't danced in a couple of years. It felt good to dance again.
You know what? I think a lot of people were saying, look at Nick up there.
What was the
shaking his
song
booty.
I used to dance to all the time?
It was Gangnam Style.
Oh, it was Gangnam Style, of course. That was a. But they had a little KC and the Sunshine Band there, and I just felt like to get up and move my legs a little bit, Jeff.
You know what? If the rhythm moves you, more to it.
I like it. All right, so restart here to Chicago. Ortega in the left wing corner, along with De La Cruz. It'll be Ortega. To Martinez. Martinez stuffed by a pair of blue jerseys. Now Wheelo again. Bangs it off of Ramon Palmer. The rebound out to Stokic of the Comets. Now Ramon Palmer. He's fast. Down the right side. Jesus off his line, and he clears it away. 3 minutes and 21 seconds left to play in the third.
Ramon's going to be kicking himself on that one. If he could have had just a little bit softer touch, he was in untouched.
Here comes Chicago. Taylor Bond has been held goalless here. He came in with 10 goals and 4 assists. He was among the league leaders in scoring. I don't think anybody's going to catch. Is it Frank or is it Frank Teyu of Sonora?
We just call him Teyu.
You just call him Teyu? He's so good he deserves only one name. But
yeah.
He's already got, 24, 25 points already in 5 games?
And you know, something that something in the water down there in Sonora. They're scoring 15, 16, 17 goals every game down there, and he's usually got half of them.
I'm not sure I'd want to coach down there. That is just, well, it's such a great environment down there. I've watched some of their games. It is so fun and exciting down there.
It'd be fun to see, but tough to be a visiting team down there.
No question, no question. Foul called on Taylor Bond. That's his second. Taylor Bond, a St. Charles, Illinois native. And Sosa on up to the center circle. Camarena and Zodane Sinclair give chase, and it goes off of Camarena. The Comets will have it. And Sosa plays it long, one hop, and right into the hands of Jesus Flores. He throws it out to Camarena. Camarena across the half line, marked by Matingu of the Comets. Camarena, good effort there to uncork a shot. Now Patterson plays it long for Leo. Gibson's got Garcia. Here comes help from Rojas. Gibson will dribble it away from the goal, bang it off the boards, back to Patterson. Under 2 minutes to play in the third. Comets lead 3-0. Here's Nacho. Nacho! And a save. Rebound. No good. That was part of the Comets' keys right there. That is get an initial shot and then try to pounce on the rebound. Oh, Patterson out of position. Taylor Bond shoots and he misses. Oh, terrific opportunity there for Chicago, and Bond cannot connect.
Well, Ramona's going to be kicking himself for that run earlier, but he'll get over that. Taylor Bond, man, that was as wide open as you can be. He'll be thinking about that for a few weeks.
And then Bond gives it away. Here's Nacho. Nacho is marked by Pichardo. Now Sandoval. Now Matingu. 50 seconds left to play in the third. Comets start their defense on the half line. Over to Wheelo Martinez. Wheelo looks at the Comet defense, rolls it into the corner to Rojas. Wall pass into the area, but it's broken up by the Comets. Now Rodriguez. Back to Sosa, and then long up to Asadpour. Asadpour battling there with Edwin Rojas, but will give ground, and Rojas will play it over to Flores with under 20 seconds to play here in the third. Long ball picked up there by Patterson with 13 seconds left, up to the half line. Guerrero Pino runs into Beard. Still going forward, 6 seconds left. Here's Beard, Pino. Now Gibson, 2 seconds left. 1 second left, horn sounds, and that'll do it for the third quarter. Only one goal scored in the third, another restart by Lucas Rodriguez. The assist once again going to John Sosa, and at the end of 3, it's the Comets 3 and the Mustangs nothing. You're watching MASL TV on YouTube.
Let's head over again to Big Side 3, Steve Serrano, the Comets Rules platform for another fun contest. Steve? That is right, Nate. All right, now I'm here with Cadence and Faye, both from Blue Springs, both soccer players. Make some noise for these young ladies for helping us out tonight. We're going to have some fun versus fan versus players. Here's what's going to happen. Here in just a second, you guys are going to name as many items, and I'll tell you here in just a second what that item is. You'll have 15 seconds to name as many as you possibly can. Then we're going to turn our attention up to the video screen and see if Mr. John Sosa can name more than you guys. You ready for this? One more time for these two future soccer players from Blue Springs. All right, we're going to put 15 seconds on the clock to name as many candy bars as you can in 3, 2, 1, good luck. All right, that was good though. We're going to tally up here, all right? Now turn your attention right now to the video screen. Let's see what comes.
Snickers, M&M's, Chocoramos, Nusitas, Hershey's, chocolate ice cream, caramel ice cream,
All right. You guys got 9. Mr. Sosa got 4. Congratulations. We're going to hook you up with a new scarf right there. Plus, we're going to get you 4 tickets for the next upcoming home game with the Comets. Nick, little fan versus player.
Thanks, Steve. Today we all learned that John Sosa carries ice cream in his pocket.
Jeff Houston and Nick Vassos live at Silverstein Ice Center's arena. That guy right there in your picture has been one of the keys to the Comets' success through the first 3 quarters. Brad Zimmerman and our director, Seth Parker, is handling our statistics tonight. Comets lead 3-0 over the Chicago Mustangs heading into the 4th. Tonight is a night of giving. Fans here are donating sports items to Leo Gibson's Kick for Christ. Also, Blair's Socks is one of the beneficiaries tonight, and so is the Dalton Bruner Foundation, which we're having an in-house 50-50 raffle, right? And somebody's going home with some money.
Yeah, it's $293 for the winner tonight. And this is something we've been working with this foundation for a while, and we're going to be doing this 50-50. It's been so popular tonight, we're going to actually do it all season long.
That's terrific. And we've also got word that there's going to be a gold game for the Dalton Bruner Foundation, not here, but in St. Louis.
Right, yeah. So Missy Berner and Dalton Berner and the rest of the group with that foundation, they're working hard to spread the news and help out kids and families battling cancer. And St. Louis Ambush is going to get in and help out too.
There's Gibson. The Ambush players will wear gold jerseys, and at the end of the night, those jerseys will be auctioned off for charity. And the game is going to be in February, right?
I believe it's February 11th to 12th.
February 11th. So we might have to make a roadie down I-70 and go check that game out.
Not too
Because
bad.
we have a game the next day against Dallas.
I'm up for a road trip.
Everybody here at Silverstein is chanting pizza at the moment. It is the Domino's Miracle Minute here.
Yeah, you know, if the Comets scored during the Miracle Minute, everybody takes home a pizza. Are we included in that?
We're here.
I don't hope so.
We like sausage, pepperoni, onion. Here's Chicago down the other end. Martinez on the rebound and Patterson.
Holy cow.
Oh my gosh, he's there again. Holy cow, it's exactly the only thing you can say. Like Harry Carey. Holy cow. Matingu still in the corner. Lost it. Dela Cruz out front, picked up by Patterson. He throws a laser on out to Gibson. Leo trying to stiff arm the defender away, gets it over to Palmer, who's taken down, and a foul called on Chicago.
Now at the end of the quarter, 20% of the gray Raglan hoodies for adults and youth at our merchandise table till the end of this quarter. That's 20% off, and you can thank Mr. Stephen Patterson for making some saves and saving you money.
Everybody loves a goalkeeper playing well. They just announced that Stephen Patterson's saving so well, they're going to let fans save on merchandise here on the concourse.
Chicago foul number 11. Sandoval, his first of the game.
Patterson boots it right up Main Street. The ball pinballs around and is picked up by Asadpour. Vahid forward to Leo. Leo tried to center it in there. Now Sinclair! Top shelf where Grandma keeps the cookies. And the Comets lead 4-0. That is a huge goal in this game.
And O'Dane Sinclair opens up his Comets account with that score.
He sure did, Jeff. As you put it, it's his first goal of the season. And take a look at this one. He had some time to run up on that one. And
put a little bit on that one, didn't he?
yeah, that one was smoking. we were talking that at the end of the third, the next goal was going to be huge. Chicago has got to feel tough about that one there, because if Chicago were able to get something, it'd be 3-1. Now Chicago's looking at a 4-goal deficit here with 12:34 left to play.
Right, 3 goals is still a tough mountain to climb, but it's doable in this game. Once you get to 4, then you got to start questioning, what are we doing? Where are we going to catch a break? And it becomes just even that much harder, and then the time becomes your worst enemy now. Tick, 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 tick.
And the Comets will have the luxury of being able to hold the ball some. Chicago doing a good job working it around the perimeter right now. Rojas in the right wing corner. He dribbles it away from the goal. Jesus is playing on the offensive side of the field. Flores like a 6th attacker at the moment.
So make sure to get those tickets out.
Patterson once again finds the ball, and he unloads it to Rodriguez, who's trying to chip Flores. It almost did.
I was just thinking, Flores playing up high, that plays to the Comets.
Now, O'Dane Sinclair making a bid for number 2, and the big fella gets knocked off his feet in the corner. Sinclair goes down.
Big fella's hungry now.
Yeah. Patterson off his line to knock it back. Now Gibson settles it, turns, and fires. How did he do that? Now Pino. Oh, to Sinclair. But he couldn't hold on. Now Rojas. Across the half line. Goes down. Picked up by Vaca. Vaca into the corner with Sosa. Sosa shielding away Vaca. A whistle and a foul called against Sosa. He can't believe it.
Our winner tonight, $293, winning amount ticket number 1065325. That's 10653.
Restart coming up for Chicago. 10:49 left to play in the game. Comets leading 4-0. Garcia, a drive. Ding dong, that one right off the woodwork.
Can't say foul on John Sosa, his first of the half, second of the game.
Rattled the cage for sure. And here we go. This is picked up here by Rojas. Into Taylor Bond. Bond could not hold on to it. Now it's outletted to Pino. Guerrero couldn't hold on. Taylor Bond. Stokic just coming on. Goes up into the air with Wheeler Martinez. Wheeler able to head it back to Flores. Flores throws it out. It's touched there by De La Cruz and into the corner looking for Bond. Instead, the long legs of Matingu and the Comets are there. Kicked away from the Comets' goal. Now front and center Wheelo. Thought about it. Now it puts a left footer. That one wide left. Matingu kicks it towards the half line. Gibson is there. Now Nacho. Back to Leo. Here's Leo. We'll play it away to Rodriguez. Again, the Comets, with a 4-goal lead, have the luxury of just kind of holding it right now.
Well, even when Chicago does get the ball, the way that Stevie's playing, the way that Patterson's playing, it's getting in the heads of Chicago, and you can see it. They're looking for the perfect shot. They think now, because we got a foul there, but they think now that we've got to find just the very corner or the very top edge, and that's the only way to beat him right now. And so that plays, again, to the Comets' advantage because they've got that extra minute to get defensive pressure or get defensive positioning.
De La Cruz upends Rodriguez, and Lucas goes down hard on the carpet. Lucas going to be okay. And De La Cruz is first of the half and his first of the game. So 9 minutes and 10 seconds left to play in the game. And the pass up to O'Dane Sinclair, who's got a goal tonight. Here's De La Cruz. Lost it again. Oh, he goes in with 2 feet, and that's an obvious 2-minute Dela Cruz went in with 2 feet against Lucas, and he's going to be sent off for a penalty.
Chicago penalty at 6 minutes and 1 second in the fourth quarter on number 18, Dela Cruz. 2 minutes for a 2-footed tackle. He heads to the Mark Ferguson attorney at law.
So it's the Comets' second power play opportunity of the night. They're 0 for 1 and 1 for 6 on the season. That's 18%, folks. Comets have not done very well early on this season on special teams in terms of power play. Asadpour the drive. And Jesus once again makes the save but doesn't hold on. Now Palmer. Ramon drives one up into the stands.
I was just getting ready to say watch for the Comets to just really control possession on that, but I think they hear you saying that they're 1 for the season, and they're trying to fix that.
Comets have been pretty good on penalty killing. Actually very good on penalty killing, 75%. But special teams, or for power plays, not so much. And that's a bit surprising with the cluster of players that they have. As long as that they've played together and as talented they are, the Comets typically are a pretty good special teams team.
They usually rank among the top 3.
Here's Ephraim Beard and another tremendous save. Full extension by Patterson. Shifting to his right. He is the star of the game so far.
When you're playing well, even the post is on your side.
He got a piece of it and then it hit the post. So just the tip of his glove and that post right there, his friend. Comets still on the power play here. Got about a minute left on the advantage. Man down team for Chicago is Camarena, Rojas, Pichardo, and Beard. Power play team for the Comets, Sosa, Gibson, Rodriguez, Palmer, Ramon Palmer, and Vahid Asadpour. Sosa to Rodriguez. And his shot is blocked. 35 seconds left on the advantage. Asadpour left wing. Now to Ramon Palmer, back to Vahid. Asadpour, the Comets team captain, to Leo. Now right side Sosa. Sosa combs it a couple of times. Left footer save made by Flores. Away from the goal, back to Asadpour. Now he attacks down to Ramon. Ramon into the middle to Leo. Didn't get a lot of leather on that one. And it's kicked away by Chicago. 6 seconds left. Lucas, Leo, Vahid, goal! There's the power play. Comets finally working around and hammer it in, and they lead 5-0. For Asadpour, that is number 3 on the season. We'll see who they give the assist to. Comets lead 5-0.
Looked like that was from Leo Gibson there.
Gibson is among the league leaders in assists. That's his 9th helper on the year.
Scored 8 minutes into the fourth quarter. Scored by number 7, Vahid Asadpour.
I know what you could say about that one, Nick. That was just good pressure, not letting the ball out of the offensive third, and then just being ready. Gibson was there with good field vision. He had actually Ramon Palmer was open right in front of the goal too. And I don't know if he had a good path to him, but Vahid was wide open. Ramon was open.
Well, it would appear right now that Jesus Flores' night is over, at least for the time being right now. He may end up coming back in, but they're going to put the 6th attacker out here with 7 minutes left to play in the game.
Well, we got Flores out there as the 6th attacker tonight. Usually when it's a kickoff, bring in your regular keeper and wait for the ball to be pushed forward before you bring in the 6th attacker.
So who you got there? I've got. Who you have there as the 6th attacker?
I've got Rodrigo Flores.
Oh, okay. Got number 7 on the 6th attacker jersey. But his regular jersey is the.
His shorts say number 9.
Okay. So maybe Osvaldo Rojas is their usual 6th attacker, but instead they decided to go with Rodrigo Flores. So 6th attacker out there for Chicago, and we have 6.5 to play in the game, and the Comets leading 5-0. No, that's not Efrain Beard. That's not Efrain Beard.
My eyes aren't what they used to be, and those shorts numbers are a little small. Maybe I misread it.
No, that's not. I'm certain it's Rodrigo Flores. There's Vaca. And it's taken away by Palmer. Here's Ramon. Ramon chugging down. Ramon over to, he couldn't get it to Robert. And Robert goes down smiling.
He just couldn't get it right on his foot.
Oh.
You know, my coach used to say to me growing up, you got 2 feet, use them both.
Sosa intercepts the pass, gets it up to Lucas.
That's good defense from Beard. Not Beard.
Yes, it was. Back to Patterson. He'll kick it long. Yeah, that's Rodrigo Flores for sure. 5 minutes and 14 seconds left on the clock here at Silverstein Ice Center's Arena. Comets are looking to get back on the winning side. Comets lost 2 weeks ago in Milwaukee. Their record stands at 2-2. Cedar Rapids has already won tonight. So should the Comets hold on and win this, it'll tighten things up in the Central Division. The Comets are the 2-time Central Division champions. But they've got some competition this year from this team they're playing tonight, Chicago, and of course Cedar Rapids, which is probably the most improved team, or one of the most improved teams in the MASL. I think tonight we had a game in Harrisburg of the 2 most improved teams in the league by far, the Heat and the Rampage.
Oh, definitely. I mean, if you would have told me that both of those teams would be in the top 2 of their division this deep into the season, I wouldn't have believed you. And then you can't discount Florida either. They've been a big surprise.
They have been. Last night in the MASL, if you have not checked what was happening, great game last night in San Diego. Tacoma and our old friend Danny Waltman traveled down to San Diego, and the Sockers win 5-3. Craig Childs continues his scoring with 4 goals. And Dallas took care of El Paso in El Paso, winning 12-5 last night. Jamie Lovegrove had 3 goals and an assist. And we did mention this earlier, but Cedar Rapids was on the road in Syracuse at War Memorial, and they beat Syracuse 6-5. And Gordy Gerson's having himself quite a season.
He is. You know, I was talking to somebody that he just keeps popping up on the team of the week, and he's just there. He's consistent. He's been there all the time, and he was an easy choice for Player of the Month. And then he shows that up by scoring 4 goals, and now I don't know how many he had tonight, but a winning goal there. So yeah, he's definitely trying to put together an MVP type season.
Credit Cedar Rapids too, and their ownership for bringing in all of the players that they have brought in, and their coaching staff's done a great job. And Heberton, in his first year as coach, he's done a great job.
Yeah. Somebody was calling them Milwaukee Wave South the other day, but yeah, they've been doing great.
Martinez shoots, and a save by Patterson. Martinez puts his hands up in the air like, what can I do? I can't get it past this guy. Or maybe he was complaining that a foul was called on him. Either way, he's frustrated.
You know, Nick, I won't say what it is, but something has never happened in the history of the Comets, especially since the team came back. Trying to find out, but I don't think it has ever happened in organizational history or in the history of Kansas City indoor soccer.
We won't say it for the next 4 minutes and 25 seconds.
We're 4 minutes away from seeing the first time possibly.
Here's Matingu. Down to Palmer. Palmer back to Matingu. And that one is saved by Flores. Matingu making his first bid. You can't hold it outside of the area, right?
Yeah. Flores might have not quite all the rules of a goalkeeper. I guess if you don't play it full time, you might forget where the box ends.
Now, yeah, timeout maybe. Can you get a timeout? I mean, if I was Gamboa, if I'm Orlando Gamboa, I'm calling a timeout and putting Flores in right now.
You know what? It's kind of surprising. Yeah, here he comes. If I'm Flores, I'm just going off anyway. Oh,
but can he can't substitute right now.
It's not a guaranteed substitution.
That's right. Can't do it. And I think that's what the Comets are calling the official on. The official's saying, Jesus, you got to go back.
But he's not too happy about that.
So Rodrigo Flores is going to come back on.
I'm sure he'll know how to set his wall.
Okay, you're good. Well, they got 5 in the wall here. They got all 5 in front of the keeper. And Sosa with it right on the dot.
Well, I think everybody got confused for a minute there. The Comets had 6 players out on the floor, and I think they're talking right now to make sure that they didn't do an illegal sub as well. While they're talking that over, attendance tonight, 4,007 for the Day of Giving. So it's biggest crowd to date, and the calendar looking good. Next game is December 11th, Salute to Service. So we play Baltimore.
That's right.
Which is always a great game.
Yep.
The Comets will be wearing special patriotic jerseys, which will be auctioned off to benefit Cars for Heroes following the game.
Again, that is Sunday, December the 11th, a 5:05 start time. Here's Sosa. Sosa right off the wall. Oh, that's got to hurt. Patterson heads it back in there. 6th attacker remains on. Patterson still off his line. 3 minutes and 55 seconds left to play in the game. An attempted header and then a rebound by Leo Gibson. Oh, he's a magic man out there in front of the goal.
Leo loves it when the 6th attacker's on. He just eats that up.
Comets' next game is going to be on the road next Saturday in Cedar Rapids at 7:05. Saturday, 7:05. And then the next home game is our Salute to Service on Sunday, December the 11th. My buddies from Team Fidelis are going to be out here doing the color guard for the Comets that night. They're a great organization helping our veterans who come home suffering from PTSD and need the help. They need a bridge to get to a better place, and Team Fidelis are those angels here in the Kansas City area that help so many of our veterans. We thank them for what they do, and of course we thank our servicemen and women for all that they do for this great country.
I should say that all military, current and former, can call 855-4KC-GOAL and get special discounted tickets for that game.
Awesome. Wheeler Martinez battling Guerrero Pino. And a foul called on Pino. Under 3 to play, the Comets lead 5-0. The Mustangs have outshot the Comets 25-17. Camarena centers it. Comets trying to clear it. Camarena holds it in. Now Robert Palmer with a touch towards the midfield area. Rodrigo Flores is the 6th attacker wearing the yellow jersey. Here's Taylor Bond. Now to Garcia. Cross to Camarena. Comets trying to win it there. Matingu ranges back. Martinez takes it for Chicago. Coming up on 2 minutes to play. Here's Flores. Rodrigo Flores. Front and center, 2 minutes to play, 2 minutes to play. Now Garcia. Vaca. Flores. Into the corner, off the glass. Rojas. Wall pass out in front, and Patterson, for maybe the only time, didn't get it. Vaca with a drive. Pinballs around, and Patterson didn't see it coming, but he made the save anyway. Garcia again with a drive, blocked by Palmer of the Comets.
That's another case where Patterson was just positioned correctly. No matter what happened, he was going to be in front of it.
Now Martinez. Here's Martinez. You know, right now, Chicago, you know what they're trying to do? They're trying to score. They are trying to score. They trail 5-0. The game is in hand for the Comets, and they are trying to score.
It's a source of pride, especially in this game.
Comets.
Something doesn't happen very often. It's awesome to be on the winning side of it. Devastating to be on the other end.
Flores almost gave it away. Now De La Cruz. Comets win it back. Here's Palmer over to Sinclair. Shot, goal! Sinclair to Ramon Palmer, and the Comets lead 6-0. Palmer gets his 5th on the year, and O'Dane Sinclair gets an assist to go to that goal that he had earlier on. Productive night for O'Dane Sinclair, a goal and an assist.
Comets goal scored at 14 minutes and 4 seconds into the fourth quarter. Score number 5, Ramon Palmer.
55 seconds left. Here's Taylor Bond.
O'Dane Sinclair.
Into the corner, Bond still going forward. The ball is out front. Now a drive. Off the board's no good. 41 seconds left. Chicago still fighting to get one across in the corner to Vaca.
It's Saturday night.
30 seconds left. Sosa. And a penalty is coming up. And it's going to go against Chicago. Stokic was cut down in the corner. And Taylor Bond is going to be sent off once again. I believe it's going to be Taylor Bond.
I didn't see who it was. That
Robert Palmer is not happy with Taylor Bond. Palmer is
14 minutes and 32 seconds into the fourth quarter. Chicago Mustangs penalty number 8, Miguel Vaca.
now Rodriguez gets thrown down to the ground.
this isn't good. I mean, I talked about it being a sense of pride, but got to be a pro too. That's not the way to. It's not the way to do it.
The officials trying to sort things out. We haven't seen any red cards or yellow cards coming out. Lucas still on the ground here. We do know that Bond is going to be sent off for what appears to be tripping.
I think Vaca actually got the blue card.
Bond got the blue card?
Vaca.
Vaca got the blue. Okay, Vaca.
And I don't know if
okay, now they still can't separate right now. We still can't. If I'm the coaches here, I'm going to get Goran Karat. Here's a look at it again. Here's what happened. That was Taylor Bond right there. That was Taylor Bond who just took a crack at Stefan Stokic, and there was the penalty. And now Armando Gamboa is on the carpet.
And now he just got a yellow
card.
card.
He just got a yellow card.
There's a point of emphasis sent around the league this week about keeping coaches in the bench, and especially not down to the referee's crease. But this is twice that they've been warned about coming out onto the field. So yeah, there's definite yellow card, and they're going to have to bring somebody else off to sit that 5 minutes.
And a
yellow card, coach misconduct.
So Lucas Rodriguez of the Comets goes to the bench. That's a good thing to get him off the floor, so you don't get anything called against the Comets.
Coach misconduct.
Gamboa gets rung up for a misconduct. 26 seconds left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's a power play for the Comets to close the game. Flores is back out there. The sixth attacker is no longer out there. 16 seconds left. Here's Taylor Bond. Now Pichardo. 8 seconds left. Off the wall. And it's kicked out of bounds. 3 seconds left, and this is going to give Chicago a chance here right at the top of the arc.
No, it wasn't a delay of game.
No, it wasn't. Okay.
Even though Flores is trying to call it a delay of game.
Oh, now Flores is going to be called.
He's going to get delay of game.
He's going to get delay of game.
Yellow card issued to Chicago Mustangs and keeper Jesus Flores to set.
He's got to be careful. He's making arm motions to the referee.
They really want to make sure you get every dollar's worth of your ticket tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Jesus is not going off.
5, 6 minutes ago, but you're getting a yellow card.
Or he's going to have somebody else serve the time
He's
for
got to
him.
have somebody else serve it. He's allowed to stay.
More importantly, for the Chicago Mustangs.
Chicago, we have 3 seconds left on the clock. Chicago needs to send somebody into the box here. It looks like, well, Camarena's going to go over and serve Jesus Flores 5 minute.
It's 3 second, 5 minute.
That's the second yellow card that we've got against Chicago.
And it's
last year that would have resulted in a 2-minute power play, wouldn't it? Am I right?
Yes. So Nick,
there it is.
We can now talk about it.
There it is. It's a shutout.
The first time in Comets history we have a shutout. Congratulations to Stevie Patterson on that one.
Final score tonight, Kansas City Comets 6.
Final score 6-0. The Comets over the Chicago Mustangs. The Comets, as you heard from Jeff, get their first shutout in the history of this franchise.
This is the first shutout victory.
And we have to go through our first, second, and third stars, Jeff Houston. You and I agree completely, so who's going to be the first one?
Well, just like if you score a goal as a goalkeeper, if you pitch a shutout, your first star of the game.
No
so
doubt.
Stevie Patterson gets that one. And then what's been a point of emphasis for the team this week, and they really showed, restarts. And so with 2 goals on the night on restarts, Lucas Rodriguez, he's our number 2.
Yep.
And then rounded out, the guy who feeds him those restarts, John Sosa.
John Sosa.
What a great game.
A good win.
And as for the Comets, you got to feel good about this coming off of it was a meltdown in Milwaukee. They were undisciplined, they were unorganized, and it showed. And tonight they were on it. They were ready to play.
Let's hear from the goalkeeper.
Obviously for the Comets and a big game for yourself. How did tonight's game feel for you guys? How great was it to do this shutout in front of this crowd tonight? Come on.
It definitely feels good. Everybody's been so great, so loud, and supportive too. So if we do it for anybody, we do it for our crowd.
Stephen Patterson, your player of the game, the shutout tonight with a big win for the Comets. Nate, right back over to you.
Stephen Patterson.
Wow. Steve Serrano there with our player of the game, our first star, Steven Patterson, who has already been player of the week one time, and based on the performance here tonight, he's making himself a bid to be player of the week again.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for the collecting all the nominations for that award this week. Got some great performances, a couple 4-goal scorers, but a shutout, the first in franchise history. You know, there's only a handful of, I can count on one hand actually, the number of goalkeepers in this league right now who have shutouts and still have 3 fingers left over. So it's pretty exciting. He's just a genuinely great guy, so I'm really happy for him on that.
He's having a great season so far. So the Comets improved to 3-2. The Chicago Mustangs fall to 4-1, and now the Comets are within 1 game of the Central Division lead. Coming up next week, the Comets are on the road in Cedar Rapids. They're going to take on the top team, or I think Cedar Rapids and Chicago are basically tied for the lead now, so Comets will make a bid for the top spot in the Central next weekend on the road in Cedar Rapids, and that's not going to be easy.
No, it's not. And with every game, Cedar Rapids just gets more confidence in what they're doing. Gordy Gerson just keeps getting stronger and stronger. So they're going to have their work cut out for them. But if they play like they did today, because that was a good team in Chicago, and they just shut them down.
Chicago, their next game is coming up next weekend as well. That'll be on Saturday, December the 10th. They'll be hosting Milwaukee at 7:05. MASL TV will have all the games for you as we show you the highlights here of tonight's contest. The Comets' next home game is Sunday, December 11th. It'll be our salute to service when the Comets host the Baltimore Blast at 5:05. Come get your tickets, and remember, military servicemen and women, if you call
855-4KC-GOAL.
you get special discounted tickets to the Comets on Sunday, December the 11th, when the Comets host the Baltimore Blast. Final thoughts tonight, Jeff, before we send it out of here?
It was a great way to get back on the winning side for the Comets, and a great way to set themselves up for success next week against another great team, Cedar Rapids.
Awesome. Remember, you can watch all the games in the Major Arena Soccer League on MASL TV on YouTube. For my broadcast partner, Jeff Houston, for our director, Brad Zimmerman, and Seth Parker handling our statistics tonight, my name is Nick Vassos. Thanks for watching tonight. Comets victorious 6-0 over the Chicago Mustangs. Good night from Silverstein Ice Centers Arena.